Is Destiny 2 dying? That seems to be the question in the Destiny 2 community for quite some time now. Bungie actually reacted to this. There was a website where you could track the daily population of Destiny 2. And this is where we can see the amount of people per day on the game. So if you look, the trend has definitely been down, which we see with every game. But if you look a little closer here on the right side, the PvE has held pretty steady. But right about here is when everybody started to panic and we saw a huge drop off in the game. The Destiny 2 population is definitely struggling a bit, especially for PvP. This was the trend for PvE also. I think the biggest thing that happened here was the release of the raid on prestige mode. Overall though, I think the prestige raid was pretty disappointing. But yeah, the PvP is definitely struggling. PvP has been dropping steadily, and then the weekend here has had a slight increase. It does not look too good by these numbers, and I'm really anxious to see all the feedback on the prestige raid mode. As you can see by the numbers, Destiny 2 was well on its way on the down slope, and once the slope became quite apparent, everywhere started to reporting on it. So there used to be a website where you could track Destiny 2's population. It's called destinytracker.com. This website lets you track Destiny 2's population at any given day, and as you can see, there's a big slump. Once this downtrend was apparent to the community, a lot of people picked it up as news stories. Bungie obviously did not appreciate that, and this is what the website looks like today. Yeah, Bungie removed the daily Destiny population report because it was showing their downtrends and they didn't like the content people were making about it. So yeah, that was on their actual website, and it still is to my knowledge, and here's what it says. We removed this chart because people are using it to spread a false narrative of the Destiny 2 player population. Daily unique users is a misleading statistics to use a basis for the active population of the game, any game in that matter. Not everyone plays video games 24/7 besides maybe at launch. We hoped our article would have cleared this up a bit, but it seems it hasn't. To halt people from making false narratives based on the numbers we provide, we decide to stop showing them in this chart. Damn, Bungie! That's some crazy shit. They had some harsh language up in there. Had to protect my eyes from that burn. You know they're pretty serious. That's pretty harsh words for a big company like that. I mean, not everybody plays games 24/7. They had some thoughts in their head, and they've been hating the news, obviously. That kind of proves a point. They're tired of the negative feedback, which anybody would, but you let the haters win, Bungie. You let the haters win. So yeah, the article they're basically talking about came out a few days ago, and it was saying here, at Destiny Tracker, we love gathering and tracking Destiny-related user data. It's kind of our thing, hence our name, Destiny Tracker. We freely share this data with you via our website, Destiny Tracker, we got it guys, and our mobile app, DTR mobile app. We would like to clear some things up after the recent uptick in discussions across the internet related to our Destiny population statistics. To do so, we'll explain how we track the activity data that drives those population numbers. To calculate some of our stats, we process every match played in Destiny 2. To do this, we have a service that downloads all the millions of matches played each day, both in PvP and PvE. We do not track players in orbit, in social spaces, or at the title screen. So basically, the 3 top places that AFK people are found. After downloading the matches, we store parts of the data in our own database so we can calculate ELO, weapon insights, population statistics, and more. The population statistics are all the unique players that played the game per day. It doesn't mean that if a player didn't play a day, they stopped playing. We have similar population data for other games as well, such as Battlefield 1, Rocket League, and PUBG. We hope this cleared things up a bit on how we get our data. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions. Fight forever, Guardians. Okay, so let's give them some benefit of the doubt. The way statistics work can be quite skewed sometimes. It's if you play a certain match of PvE or PvP. So that's kind of good and bad. You know, it doesn't relate to everybody playing at a certain time. It's everybody playing in that day. But I think this is kind of bad because someone could log in and play one game and their one game gets counted for that day. It's kind of interesting how they gathered this data. It would be much more accurate accurate if it was live. The way they track it per day, per game, it's kind of weird and it's easy to be skewed that way. In my opinion, that should inflate the numbers more so than what they actually are, because I, for one, hop on here and there, maybe play a little bit, do a public event or something, just to kind of grind those events. I get counted for the day, even though I may have played 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So run and tell that, homeboy. On a serious note though, I really enjoy Destiny 2. I've been hopping on every week. I have 2 characters at 305. I have 1 at 304. That's been really annoying. That grind is still there. 305 is the max if you have 300 weapons with mods on everything. The grind to get that last item really feels like Destiny 1 when we were doing the raid and I couldn't get the last raid drop to save my life. I mean, I was doing the first Destiny raid, the Vault of Glass, 3 times a week and not getting one item, and it was really frustrating because it was keeping me from getting max level. Now, in Destiny 2, it is much easier. I do love the PvE aspect and the 3 characters, how they're easier to level up the next times around. But that grind is still there, and that turns a lot of people off. I mean, if there was a definitive way, no matter how long it took, people would be happier just because they know at the end of something they're going to get what they want. I think that also draws more people in. A lot of people love that random aspect and the grindy aspect. I, for one, love it because, you know, you can get lucky, but you got to grind. You got to work for it. And it is kind of a luck thing, but it is so rewarding once you're there. So aside from that, the PvP. I love PvP. If I do any more Destiny 2 videos, it's probably for sure going to be PvP unless I'm really playing one of the expansions a lot. I feel like PvP is at a really nice place, and if you see those charts, it really puts into perspective. People kind of dropped off both ends. But with the new content coming to PvE, such as the new difficulty for the raid, a lot of people are migrating more towards the game content like that. And that's kind of why we saw the spike of numbers, I believe. But I really wish PvP would be more dramatic. I wish there would be more people, more weapons that were, you know, kind of deciders in the games. I'm looking at you, Mida Multi-Tool. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Destiny 2. I'm really loving the game. As far as playability, I understand where the struggle's coming from. It was really interesting that Destiny was paying attention to this and actually let the haters win and, you know, responded to what they were seeing. So yeah, we will see what that has in store for the future. And as always, guys, we will see you next time, and peace.